Today I was thinking about the fun topic of systems thinking, something that most people think about on a daily basis, or not. But I was thinking in regards to systemic issues that our organization is actually attempting to address connected to water accessibility in developing countries. Particularly when you're working in a country where 18% or so have access to safely managed water, where the world average is 74%. And so you start thinking about, why is that? Why does that exist? Is it really an infrastructure problem, or is there something else at play here? And I'll never forget a moment where we did a research project and trying to understand a community's water condition, because community was identifying and saying they needed a well, and actually taking and asking the question of why. Why do you need that? Why do you think that that's the problem? Because lack of access to water may not be the problem. It might be a symptom of the underlying problems that exist. And so if 74% or 75% of the world have access to safely managed water, where there's piped water or of sort, or water accessible to people's homes that's safe of contamination, where people can take it and drink it, yet we're sitting at 18%. There's got to be something else that's at play, specifically when there's so much funding that has gone into infrastructure development in these countries, but yet we still have that same scenario. And so on the surface, if we're using an iceberg model, on the surface we can see that water accessibility is a problem, but it's just a symptom. And infrastructure may not be the only solution, although it is going to be part of a solution. But that diving underneath the waterline and looking at what potentially is the root problem connected to this symptom that exists might be deeper than what we understand or what we see on the surface. And so part of our work as the Ayin Project is to start digging below the surface. Start looking at what are the different elements that are at play. Is it education? Is there a lack of education? Is there a lack of policy? Is there an issue with policy? Support personnel? Is there enough human resource to be able to implement and execute efficiently? Is there community level elements connected to belief, or connected to how people view their current world? Or do they have a mindset of, well, this is just how it always is, that fatalistic mindset? And the only way that we actually get to look and understand why the symptoms exist is actually to go below the waterline and look at that iceberg underneath that waterline to begin to understand what's causing that iceberg to exist. Systems thinking, not easy, but man, it can be so helpful in creating change.